Welcome back, everyone. I'm thrilled you're here because today we're unpacking a topic that has had comments, DMs, and whispers buzzing for weeks. If you clicked in for answers, you're in the right place. We're diving into Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan and Sıla Turkoglu. Is love sneaking back into their lives, or are we reading too much into the hints? Tonight, we'll sift through every clue, rumor, and moment that fans swear means something. You asked secrets behind the stars for this breakdown, and we listened. Before we jump into the juicy parts, make sure you're subscribed to Secrets Behind the Stars and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our deep dives into your favorite celebrity stories. Now, let's get into it. To set the scene, let's remind ourselves where this all started. Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan and Sıla Turkoglu weren't just a screen duo that people enjoyed, they became a phenomenon. On Mnet, their chemistry felt effortless and off-set, their warmth during interviews, press days, and casual social media moments turned them into the couple everyone rooted for. Their closeness looked natural, not staged, and fans around the world fell in love with the narrative they seemed to share. When news of their separation began to circulate, it hit like a cold wave. No dramatic statements, no messy public feuds, just a quiet shift that left a trail of questions. Why did it end? Could it ever start again? That's the spark fueling today's discussion. Let's start with the behavior that always gets fans talking: social media. It sounds simple, but hearts have been racing over the tiniest gestures. We've seen likes pop up on new photos, we've spotted short, polite comments that don't scream romance but don't feel indifferent either. And yes, sometimes a small reaction is just that, a respectful nod, a sign of maturity. But when those positive touches appear repeatedly over time, followers start connecting the dots. After a breakup, ignoring each other entirely sends one message, staying visibly cordial sends another. No public resentment, no visible distance, that's soil where new feelings can grow. Or at least where care never stopped. The plot thickens when you look at their interactions with mutual friends. That's where things get interesting. We've seen both of them react to posts and stories from people they both know: co-stars, stylists, managers, set acquaintances. When he comments on a friend's photo, she sees it and sometimes reacts later. When she posts a behind-the-scenes throwback, he shows up with a like. It's a subtle dance, but it tells us something important: their circles still overlap deeply. They aren't living in separate universes. If they're sharing friends, sharing memories, and attending similar industry meetups, then chances are they're still catching glimpses of each other's lives without needing a grand announcement. Curiosity gets stirred. Nostalgia wakes up. And you know how it goes: distance can magnify the sweetness of what once was. Now we have to talk about the coincidences that don't always feel like coincidences. Travel and timing. More than once, fans have noticed that when one of them shows up in a certain city or at a certain event, the other isn't far behind, if not in the same place, then notably nearby days later. Maybe he's in Istanbul for a meeting, and shortly after, she posts a photo from the same neighborhood. Maybe she shares a glimpse from an agency office, and within hours, he drops a story that looks like it's from just a few blocks away. Are these pure happenstance? Possibly. But when it happens more than once, people begin to wonder, are they navigating the same map again on purpose? Some fans swear they're syncing schedules under the radar. Others argue it's just the rhythm of the industry. Either way, the pattern feeds the conversation. Of course, you can't talk about hints without bringing up what they say when they're on the record. Interviews have been cautious but telling. When asked about the past, both Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan and Sıla Turkoglu stay elegant, never fueling drama. He has called her talented, gracious, and significant in his life. She has spoken about the value of the journey they shared, the learning, the respect. No sensational confessions, but also no hard closures. Instead of a blunt "never again," we hear words like important period, gratitude, good memories. To fans, those phrases sound like a door that isn't locked. Maybe not thrown open, but not shut either. Now we enter the territory where rumor and wishful thinking mingle. Talk of quiet meetups. Whispers about mutual friends who'd love to see them reconcile. The internet does what the internet does. Blurry photos from afar, grainy videos that could be anyone, claims that they were seen together at a low-key dinner or arriving minutes apart at the same event. As always, we need caution. Much of this so-called evidence lives in the gray zone. Interpretation rather than confirmation. But here's what can't be denied: the persistence of the narrative. It keeps coming back because so many people want this story to have another chapter. Why? Because when two people make us feel something real, on screen and off, our hearts sign up for the happily ever after. Halil Ibrahim Sayhan and Sıla Turkishdrama gave audiences a story they could believe in, and once you believe, it's hard to let go. We also have to be honest about the realities of their lives right now. Careers are moving. Projects demand time and focus. After a relationship ends, not every sign of warmth means romance is reigniting. Sometimes it means peace. Sometimes it means growth. They may be building separately, choosing stability, or exploring new connections. And yet, when they cross paths, on a red carpet, in a backstage corridor, or in a joint friend's story, there's still an energy that people recognize. A look that lingers a second longer than it needs to. A smile that says, "I remember." You can't script that, and fans pick up on it every time. So where does that leave us? Are they back together? The honest answer: there's no official confirmation, no photo that spells it out, no statement saying the flame is fully lit again. But the signs aren't trivial. The mutual respect is intact. The social interactions feel deliberate enough to notice without being forced. The shared circle remains strong. And the way they talk about each other, carefully, kindly, feels like a bridge rather than a wall. If you're someone who loves romance, that's enough to keep hope alive. If you're a realist, it's enough to say they're in a good place, whatever label that entails. What's undeniable is that their story still draws attention. The Eminet era left an imprint that won't fade. Whether they choose a second chance or simply maintain a graceful friendship, the bond they once shared has its own legacy. They didn't just headline a show, they defined a chapter for millions of viewers. And while we all wait for clarity, we watch for the tiniest gestures, because tiny gestures are where the truth often hides first. Let's recap the breadcrumbs we followed today. Consistent interactions online, engagement around shared friends, place and time coincidences that invite speculation, interview answers that steer clear of finality, and a rumor mill that refuses to quiet down. We've also weighed how personal growth and career momentum could explain the tranquility we're seeing. The balance of signs suggests a relationship evolving, perhaps toward reconciliation, perhaps into a strong, lasting friendship that doesn't need a label. The door isn't locked. You can almost feel the draft from it being slightly ajar. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this gave you a clearer lens on what might be unfolding between Halil Ibrahim Sayhan and Sıla Turkishdrama, whether it's a gentle return to something romantic or a mature piece that honors what they had. Now it's your turn. Do you think they'll find their way back to each other? What subtle clues have you spotted that we didn't mention? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everything and can't wait to dive into your theories. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a like. It helps more than you know. Share it with anyone who loves following this journey. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars and hit the bell, so you're first to know when we bring you new analyses, exclusive updates, and all the quiet signals that might spell out the next chapter. Until then, keep your eyes open and your hearts ready. We'll be watching right alongside you.